If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and enjoy the show. Welcome, fight fans, to my channel. This is Johnny, and today we're going to be going over the fight that just took place tonight between Raymond Ford versus Otabek Kholmatov. And we're going to talk about specifically the stats that nobody mentions when talking about this come-from-behind classic. All right, guys, to get started, if you missed this fight, go to your rewind, go to your YouTube and watch it. It was a war going up into the final bell. We're going to talk about some of those statistics. We're going to give you some of those facts first. And probably the most heartbreaking stat of all is the time of 7 seconds. And the reason why that is very important here is because that's how long Otabek Kholmatov was away from becoming a champion. And then Raymond Ford took victory from Kholmatov's hands, literally, and put it around his waist. Boxing relied on the featherweight division to put on a show in Verona, New York tonight. The division delivered thanks to both fighters who I just told you about, Raymond Ford and Otabek Kholmatov. It was specifically the last round in which the WBA featherweight title was on the line. And one thing we're going to go over are the statistics of the scorecards and punch stats. It was a comeback fight for the ages, considering what the scorecards had read, guys. Also, considering Raymond Ford's run in 2023, he recently defeated former champion Jesse Magdaleno, and he has a lot of hype behind him. And tonight, the 24-year-old earned a TKO stoppage in the final seconds of the 12th round. This is Hollywood-type stuff, especially when you add in the fact that Ford is the very first American ever from Matchroom Boxing to win a world title. So you know Eddie is super stoked. Getting started, both guys were tentative to start. Kind of how these things go, guys, especially the higher the stakes in boxing. There's a feeling out process. But when Kholmatov landed, he looked nearly untouchable in the first few rounds. Through the fight, Kholmatov was connecting from every angle, every position. He was winning the fight hands down until the middle rounds. It looked like to me Ford's balance was off, his timing was off, and Kholmatov is a tough out. These guys are fighting for a title for the reason. But as the fight went on, both fighters showed why they were fighting for the gold. Ford provided pressure by rounds 4 and 5, though Kholmatov was the much more active fighter in regards to punch count overall, and this continued throughout the rest of the fight. The real drama started towards the end of the last round. Kholmatov tried to push hard and punish Ford for his efforts, being overly aggressive. In the 11th, it appeared Kholmatov was ready to win the fight, looking like he was going to send Ford away. Ford had a severe cut underneath his left eye, caused from a headbutt. However, Ford was the man on the mission. He looked like a guy poised. He ended the 11th with massive blows and started the 12th with flurries. He was emptying the tank, guys. It was wild. A left hand by Ford connected, and he stepped to Kholmatov, not giving him a chance to breathe thanks to the body rips. In the final 30 seconds of the fight, Ford landed a massive uppercut, followed by multiple blows that had Kholmatov by the ropes. Not given a knockdown, Ford chased and battered Kholmatov until about 7 seconds left in the fight. Ford collapsed in relief, showcasing all the emotions following the fight. The ref had stepped in and called it. Raymond Ford is a new world champion. Statistically, we could talk about the 7 seconds. I mean, how could we not? You're that close from becoming a world champion, and you have to feel for Kholmatov, guys. But then again, boxing is a what have you done for me lately sport, and think about Ford in those 7 seconds. He ends the show on a fight that he was down, and we're going to go over those cards real quick. The 3 judges' scorecards had 106-103 Kholmatov, 105-104 for Ford, and 106-103 Kholmatov, meaning that if Ford doesn't get that finish, if he just wins a 10-9 round in the 12th, he still loses. This is how amazing this comeback was. Some of the stats: Ford landed 182 of 598 total shots at a 30% clip, while Kholmatov landed 200 out of 728 at a 28% clip. So the difference was they're similar on their statistics percentage-wise of landing, but Kholmatov was the busier guy, and it didn't seem to catch up to him until that last 30 seconds, specifically that last flurry. So guys, if you haven't watched this fight, I can't show it here. Go to YouTube, watch it now. Statistically, Ford was on the doorstep of a loss. He was losing on all the cards, but this is why we watch the sport. And with 7 seconds left, I think America has a new rising star in Raymond Ray Ford.